Hi everyone, this is Slither Chonkers, the middle-aged chonky mum who doesn't know anything about fashion, but I love looking at pictures of pretty clothes that I will never wear. So welcome to my channel. Buckle up, it's time for the Met Gala. Okay, so when I first heard the word dandy in this year's theme, I freaked out a bit because I hate Bro Bromwell's dandyism. In the old days, coats used to be beautiful and covered in embroidery for men. They were gorgeous, so much lace and ruffles. And then this dude came along, Beau Brummel, and he's the reason why in every single period piece history show, the ladies are in pretty frocks and the men are wearing just like a black jacket and a white cravat thing. He basically was obsessed with elegance, simplicity when it came to men's fashion like this. But the problem is, too much elegance and simplicity can get a little bit boring, and I was a bit worried that the Met Gala would just be a sea of this or like versions of this. Oh, but then thankfully I realized the theme was actually black dandyism, which is a completely different ballpark. So, black dandyism, it's existed since the 19th century, but it's all about being impeccably groomed and dressed and rebelling against society's expectations towards African American people. When I was a kid, there was this book I loved called The Year of the Owl that was set in the 1960s. And one of the characters was a black dandy. He was this like African American man in his 50s who basically adopted this little girl, and he wears this like hot pink zoo suit. And he looks amazing with a matching hat. I love it. So I'm now looking forward to this theme because I really want to see how all these celebrities interpret this idea. First up, we have my absolute favorite look of the night, Janelle. What's her face? Who was in The Glass Onion and was really good in it. And oh my God, this look, it reminds me of those Victor and Wolf dresses where the dresses look like they're hanging on a hanger, or it looks like a pixelated drawing. But it also reminds me of like an avant-garde 1930s sketch. Like you would see this on a poster advertising this suit for sale, and it would cost like 6 months of your wages, but it would be worth it. And apparently it's designed by Thomas Brown, which is surprising because I did not know he did stuff like this, but it was really good. And then just when you thought it couldn't get any better, bam, the design is ripped off. She spent her 3 months worth of wages and she bought the suit, and now she's going to open up a detective agency in space, like a neo-noir detective agency. And I think that sums up everything that this gala wants when it comes to the theme. She looks amazing. Okay, I saw some people hated Lupita's look because of the hat, but I think the boater hat is adorable. It's very late Victorian. The color, it looks beautiful. She looks like she's about to, be the most respected person at Sunday service on Easter. And then she's going to give all her children free eggs. She looks fabulous. And I really just love the icy blue against her brown skin. It looks amazing. Good job, Lupita. But then again, Lupita always does a good job, except for that one time when she wore like a beaded dress that was trimmed with green feathers. I hated that. Now, H-O-T-T-O-T-O, it is time for Chaperone. Okay, so many people have already made the David Bowie comparison. Yeah, obvious. So I'm going to say something else. When I was a wee little lass, my mum for Christmas gave me a red-headed rock and roll Barbie in the 80s because she said I didn't need a blonde one because I had auburn hair. And I accidentally left it behind the shed for 2 weeks. And then when I found it again, she still had a beautiful rock and roll disco outfit, which reminds me of this suit, but her hair looks like Chapel Roan's. I'm not dissing you, Chapel Roan. I love your curls normally. But as a mother, I really want to get some detangler and a diffuser and just brush your hair and make your curls shine. I'm sorry if that offends you, but I just have to say my piece. Other than that, good job. I think this is your first Met Gala, not sure, but good job. Okay, so I think this is Tara J.P. Henson. I think she was that lady who was in that show that everyone watched except me called Empire. Maybe that's her, don't know. But she's wearing custom Monet X Post Imperial. I hope I said that right, but you know what? This look tells a story. This story is about a dandy who he went to a gambling den, and then like he bet everything, and he had to like actually bet his pants, and then he lost his pants, but he was running late for the opera, and he was like, screw it, I'm still going to the opera. So he put his hat back on, he walked out wearing no pants, and everyone thought he looked amazing. And then next week nobody was wearing any pants, and that's the end of my story. It's a happy story, and I hope you enjoyed it. And now it's Quinta Brunson. I love Quinta Brunson, our favorite girl who survived BuzzFeed and ended up making Abbott Elementary. And oh my God, when I saw this, my jaw dropped. She looks like a gender-bent godfather, and she's going to make you offers that you can't refuse. But you know what else? This is in my top looks because the dress is not too long on her, and it's not a wrinkled mess. I don't care what that stylist said about it being crushed satin. We know you're lying. That dress needed a steam at the Emmys. She deserved better when she won her first Emmy, and this is what she deserved. Gorgeous. The rose, chef kiss. Someone else said they didn't like it because there was too much black and white. And I'm like, well, it's not her fault that other people walked on first with black and white. Just, take it as what she is wearing, and she looks amazing. I have no idea who these people are, and I forgot to write down their names, so I'm so sorry. But to me, my headcanon is they're people from the Capitol who are stopping by the Met Gala on their way to watch the Hunger Games. And the one in blue, she made that dress out of those birds from the 25th Games that killed that chick. If you just read Sunrise and the Reaping, you know what I'm talking about. But this look is just so fab. Okay, there are so many years where Mindy Kaling has gone to the Met Gala, and then I watch videos and people diss her, or they walk over her and say, oh, she's fine. I'm like, no, she's not fine. She looked great. Last year with that swirling sort of dust dress, amazing. And this year, oh my God, you cannot say she looks just fine. She looks amazing. She looks like a Victorian lady who's about to ride her horse to find her lover, and she's got a matching hat. And the fact that she got this look makes me so happy because I remember when I read one of her memoirs years ago, she was so upset because she finally got to go to a People magazine cover shoot, and the other actress got this all these beautiful dresses, and she was basically given frumpy black muumuus, and she wasn't even fat. So the fact that she's wearing something this beautiful and tailored for her, it's just gorgeous. And I'm so happy. You can tell she's with that smug, knowing smile. She's like, BJ, I don't care that you're dating that TikTok chick. Look at how great I look. Okay, and here we go with Tiana Taylor. Pimpin' ain't easy. Most of the frees me every night. This look is about a pimp vampire. And she runs a vampire brothel. And she swans around New Orleans in that red cloak, and the rich come in to hook up with these beautiful, eternally useful vampire hookers. And then they have to pay a lot of money. And then if they pay enough money, they get turned into a vampire. And that is the story of this outfit. She has been around for a very long time, and her brothel is pretty successful. Okay, but besides that, you can see that this look was heavily influenced by the 1930s zoo suit. In fact, I'm pretty sure my granddad got married in a suit like this. And you know what? There have been a lot of zoo suit styles at the Met Gala, but this is the one that you remember. I'm pretty sure it's because of the whole red vampire thing. You remember this one. Okay, one thing I do love about the Met Gala is sometimes I meet someone who I have never heard of before, like S-Coops, but they do a look that's so cool. I actually go Google them, and he looks like an angsty, bisexual anime hero from a webtoon on webtoons.com. You know what I'm talking about, with the layers of cool gray and that look. Is he a disgraced samurai or a dark prince fighting demons? We don't care. We don't care as long as he's on the header on the webtoon. We'll click on it and we'll spend our coins. Okay, and now we have Crazy Rich Asians, Henry Golding, who I think right now he's really determined to method act as the character Sean from the Simple Favor sequel, because I just watched that movie and Sean was such a dick in that movie. And now we've got Henry Golding in this gold suit with this loan shark hair. He looks like he runs a cocaine empire and nightclub in Miami. And that he looks so not like Henry Golding. He looks sleazy. So this is probably not everyone's favorite look, but I just love how different it is from who he usually is. I can never say the doctor's name, Nakuti. Did I say it right? But I love Doctor Who. I'm the biggest Whovian in the world. So I had to throw him in because we have a doctor at the Met Gala. And this is a doctor who stepped off the TARDIS in the best purple suit that the TARDIS wardrobe could make him. And I love how he's just carrying his glasses and he's got the black bow tie. This is a lot more simple than the other Met Gala looks, but it really captures the theme. And I just think he looks great. I am so happy. Okay, so as Alyssa Edwards said in RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, sometimes you have to judge based on consistency and improvement. I wasn't going to put Kim Kardashian in my favorites, but then she kept coming back to me and I realized, wow, she has consistently improved. This is pretty good. This isn't like that weird thing she did last time where she was wearing like a sweater on the dress and her logic was, I'm like a girlfriend escaping through a garden. This really gives Black Dandy. I love the leather. I love the construction and the sassy hat. A lot of people said if she had a cane, it would have been perfect, and I agree. It's almost as good as her raindrop dress from years ago, which we all know was iconic. And up next we have Cole Escola. It took me a minute to realize who he was. And then I was like, oh, he's the creepy stalker from season 3 of the show Search Party. That's the only reference. But I just love the suit because it's not black. It's this insane Austin Powers, Marsha Brady psychedelic fantasy. The only issue I have is the makeup. I know he's technically a cabaret performer, but the makeup and the hair looks like a Cupid doll that a grandma owed, and then the kid from the 60s took it and redressed it. And I think what he was going for was maybe he was trying to be like Twiggy or Edie Sedgwick with their giant feathered eyelashes in the 60s, but the hair and the blush don't really sell that look, so he does more look like a Cupid doll. And then we have Shabuzi, who I have never heard of, and when I heard his name, I kept singing Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy. But despite the fact I never heard of him, he's got the best look I've ever seen. Like this whole black suit with the blue beaded like bib shirt. Oh, that's amazing. And the giant hat, it really pops. It's really original. And our final look is the guy who decided, I'm just going to cosplay as Mr. Darcy's gay, black, illegitimate cousin, because he is wearing an exact copy of a Beau Brummel outfit. I think his name's Jeremy O'Harris, but he looks amazing. And look at his attitude. He's just like, I'm here and I'm living my Mr. Darcy fantasy. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, or don't. I'm just doing this for fun, and have a great day. My mum's going to like and subscribe because she said my video is very good and bouncy, whatever that means.